Pfizer, who is one of the company that that did one of the vaccines. They finally have released they're still in testing, but it's very promising. The results are very promising. They actually found a way to do pills that you can take when you get COVID, just like if you had the flu. You can take anti-grippine when you have la grippe, flu. You can take some medicine for 3-4 days and then you're fine. They are really testing, and the results are like 80 or 90% positive on the test for now. So we'll see if they get approved. If they get approved, it's going to be amazing. And even if you don't have a vaccine, if you get COVID and you get sick, you take those pills for 5 days and you're fine. So we'll see. That might be, these plus vaccination might be for those who want to get vaccinated, but it's great that there also is, if it works, a solution for those who don't want to get vaccinated. They can take some pills and, so 2 new COVID pills are almost here, and they could be potential game changers for ending the pandemic. On Tuesday, Pfizer applied for approval in the US Food and Drug Administration for its Paxlovid pill, meant to treat patients who are sick with COVID. And Merck also have a pill called Molnupiravir. And so, if it works, that's, that would be great. So I guess we'll see, both drugs trial focused on unvaccinated people, who are roughly 29 times more likely than fully vaccinated people to be hospitalized with COVID, according to a citizen. Regardless of the pill approval status, experts say that unvaccinated people should still get vaccinated. It's far more important to prevent infections than to treat the disease. Of course, the pill long-term risk are largely unknown at this stage. So they could be prescribed as a prophylactic for someone who's been exposed to COVID, or if they can prevent transmission. So we'll see, I guess, and I think Pfizer, let me see if I can find it. Pfizer, they did something nice it's not to offer the patent. I think they offered they pledge for equitable access to their COVID pill through a new licensing agreement, so that poorer countries that don't have access to their drug can actually they will be able to produce the pills by themselves. So that's amazing for countries that don't have as much money, because they do those medicine like the vaccines, and there's so much money to be made that people protect their patents. But Pfizer is saying that they will license it so that other companies can create it, especially in poorer countries. So there's a lot of countries where people don't want to get vaccinated, or they don't really need it. I mean, the COVID has penetrated countries differently from one country to another, and a lot of people they really prefer having a treatment like this, like if they were taking pills for the flu or pills for a cold. Earlier this month, Pfizer announced that its COVID-19 pill reduced the risk of hospitalization and death among COVID-19 patients by 89%, fueling the hope that the drug will give the world another defense against the worst effect of the coronavirus. Pfizer's new partnership with the MPP opens the door for Pfizer to supply its COVID drug to the world's poorest and most vaccine-starved countries. The licensing agreement authorizes the MPP to facilitate production of the pill by granting sub-licenses to qualified generic drug manufacturers and distributes those based on need, according to a statement. We must work to ensure that all people, regardless of where they live or their circumstances, have access to these breakthroughs, and we are pleased to be able to work with MPP to further our commitment to equity. Albert Bourla, Pfizer CEO, said in a statement. Listen, they made so much money on the vaccine already that they can offer and they will make so much money from the patent anyway that even if they're licensed, they will still get a percentage of the money that is made if this is created worldwide. So in terms of business, not only in terms of PR, that's an amazing move. That's a great move. You are presenting like the good guys, and they are the good guys. They did the vaccine, etc. But the fact that they are letting generic people create those drugs and be offered all around the world, especially in places where people have been like decimated by the fact that only the rich countries have had access to the COVID, the vaccine. Even if in the rich countries, a lot of people are skeptic, they don't want to get it. There are some countries where there's no choice. You get COVID, it's over. So the fact that some of these countries are going to be able to have different solutions for people, you can it's going to be like, it's like the flu. At this time of the year in the pharmacies, you can go get a vaccine shot for the flu of this year. It lasts a year and you will not get the flu. Or you can just have your box of anti-gripping ready, and whenever you feel the flu starting, you take your pills and normally you should be fine. I never had the vaccine for the flu. I never did it ever. I don't have a problem with it. I just never did it because I'll always have my boxes of flu medicine ready. So whenever I feel like it's coming, because I know exactly how I'm gonna feel, I just take my pills. And listen, maybe there's gonna be the same thing for COVID. That would be amazing if those pills are as effective as they promised. This is the solution for everybody that don't want to get vaccinated and still want to be, be able to be free and to be in society. Because, when you think about it, I understand that everybody wants, all these governments want to, especially governments like the French government, like they want to infantilize people and pretend that those who don't want to take their vaccines are irresponsible, they are fucking up society, whatever. Listen, the people who don't want to take the vaccine, they pay their taxes like everybody else, and they too have rights, right? And they have the right to walk around in the country that they pay the lights for. And if now there's a possibility to know that if anybody has the disease, they just take pills for 5 days and they're fine. This changes everything, and it also removes the need for all these COVID passports, QR codes, European passes, etc. It removes the need from all that. Maybe not right now, but maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, depending on if this medicine get approved, because it's still on trial. I think they tested already on thousands of people and it works, but you still need to test on way more people, and you still need to have all the different countries test it, approve it, and then you need to create all those pills. Those people know how to create those pills. Once this is in circulation, and like they give patents to the Indians to be able to create it in mass, the Chinese, this, that, etc., and this arrives in Africa as well. Brazil really needs it. All of a sudden, booyaka son. Everybody can go back and chill. And well, listen, this is great. I wish the world had that energy to create something for AIDS or stuff like that. I mean, I know that there's energy and people are trying, but yo, listen, 3 years to get out of the pandemic, it's record time. I remember when I was young, when I was like 25, 30, well, not before, when I was like 20 something, and the AIDS epidemic was raging. I remember saying like, oh, the day they find a cure for this, people will be fucking in the streets. And they never found a cure. So listen, hopefully, we'll see. My lips are dry. Damn, I need nothing here. Too far. Yeah, that's good news. Listen, Malcolm, you remember being in the hospital, you and your sister? Listen, that was scary, right? Imagine if all you had to do is take some pills, goop, 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 and you were fine. Listen, hopefully, yeah, I heard that. I saw the video about the news, but I didn't click on it. But I heard that it said a fifth quarantine is a possibility. Yo, that's crazy, because I didn't see the numbers here in Portugal. For those who are afraid of needles, well, I'm not. I have tattoos everywhere.